Alright, so in this video right here, we'll be talking about how to find slope, but when they only give you a graph. Now, it looks super hard, but it's super easy. Let's go. When it comes to you, I'm about whatever. We riding. Finding slope is one of the foundational, it's like Algebra 101 when it comes to algebra. So you got to know how to find slope, how to solve equations, how to solve for y, how to do stuff like that. Now you already know how to do let's put 2 points in a table and do y1 squiggly m x1 plus b. But this is when they don't even give you the 2 points. Now again, when they might call it slope, they could call it rate of change, they could call it like whatever. But if they say slope or rate of change, you are automatically, your brain has to automatically say, whoa! Speaking of automatically, hey, let's go back real quick. Before we do anything, before we learn anything new, we gotta make sure our mind is clear, make sure everything's reset. I'm so sorry you had a negative day, man. The Cowboys got destroyed, or your football team lost, whatever it was, and you're still mad about it, but dang, it's all good. Let's just start brand new, starting right now, right? Now let's get our student creed in so we can learn everything and be fantastic, right? Student creed on 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Today is a new day. I can read well, I can understand what I read, I can remember it and apply it correctly. I've got eyes to see, ears to hear, and a mind to understand. It might not be easy, but it's worth it. Oh, it always just feels like a good stretch before we get into this stuff. Now whenever they say the word slope or the word rate of change, you should automatically always think that you need to have 2 good points. How many points? 2. And 2 what? 2 good points. What the heck is a good point? A good point is when they give you one. It'll be like, 5, 10. And then the other point is 10, 15. Hey, they gave you points. So now we just got to pop those guys into the table in the Desmos, and then you run your y1 squiggly mx1 plus b to get all this stuff. Then just look at the m. The m is the slope, and you'd be done. But as we look at these problems today, we're not going to have 2 good points. So what the heck do we got to do whenever we got to go get it? That's what today's about. For this problem right here, it's asking us, find the slope of this graph, or find the slope of this line, find the rate of change. Okay, well, the first thing I know is I need to have 2 good points before we find the slope. So all I see is a graph with a line on it. I don't see any points identified for me, so I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Well, we're about to find 2 points. Now, whenever we want a good point, I'm talking about points that like cross at the corner like this. See how these lines, there's a corner here, there's a corner here, there's a corner here, corner here. I want to know when this line, when the graph that they've given me, when does that line hit a corner? So here's what I do. This is me personally doing the things that I do to make this happen. I'm going to show you how to think how I think. Then once you think how I think, then you can figure it out and do whatever other cool things you want to do. This is how I do it. I always go to the middle of the graph, and then I stay on the right-hand side of the graph, because all those numbers are positive, and it's easier for me. So here I go. I'm here. I see the line. I'm not even going to touch this top part. I'm going to stay right here in this bottomish part. And I'm going to trace this line until I hit a good point. Now, this is literally what I say in my head, so I want you to say this. And I'll be saying it out loud right here. All right, here we go. All right, got to find the slope, rate of change. Okay, find 2 good points. I don't see any. Here's the graph. It's going downwards. Start at the middle. Here's the line. Let's start tracing this line. And let me know when I hit a good point. Let's go. No. 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 Almost. Yes. There's 1 good point. No, 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 no. All right, well, I found 1 good point. What is 1 good point? Well, it's right here. We're going to go ahead and write these down. This good point is, what is it? Is it 1, -6? Or is it -6, 1? You have to know that. You have to know that. One of the basic parts of algebra is knowing how to use a graph. You got to use a graph so you can put it into this step. That's not even the first step of this. So you have to know how to read a graph. So this point right here, you have to know that this point is 1, -6. So I'm going to type it in, or I'm going to write it down. I'm typing it here, that way you can see it. So I'm writing down 1, -6. Now I got to find another good point. And as we just saw, there was no other good point going down. So the next part is, I'm actually going to go the other direction. I'm going to trace it now going the other way. Let's go. Yes, this is a good point, but personally, I don't like to be on the lines. So I'm going to keep going, and hopefully I find another good point, because I don't want to be on the y-axis or the x-axis. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So here I go. Yes, that is a good point, but I don't want to use it because it's on the axis. No, he's just off. No, 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 almost. Yes, This is a good point right here. He's right at the corner. He's touching right at the corner. And this guy is what? He's 8 and negative 1, right? So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write down 8, comma, negative 1. Congratulations, you just missed the problem. What? Because it's not 8, negative 1. 8, negative 1 is over here. This is what 8, negative 1 is. But the x's always go first. So this point right here is negative 1, 8. Negative 1, I knew that. Well, then why did you copy down what I copied down? Because who cares? Now that I got my points down, make sure you have them in correctly. I'm going to hit the plus sign right here on my Desmos calculator, and I'm going to add a table. So plus sign, add table. Now what are we going to add? All I'm going to do is I'm going to copy down the points we just wrote down. So I'm going to put in a 1, then a negative 1 underneath it. Who's the positive 1's partner? Negative 6. Who's the negative 1's partner? 8. There we go. I've got my table in. I'm going to X out these points. I don't need them anymore. I've already put them in my table. Now you have to produce this formula. This won't be anywhere for you. You have to have it in your heart. How do you get it in your heart? By saying it over and over and over again until it just, oh man, it's just in there and dang, it just comes out. So the formula you have to memorize is y1 squiggly m x1 plus b. You have to memorize that formula. You have to be able to produce that whenever you're doing this stuff. So y1 squiggly m x1 plus b. So I typed it in, and after you type it in, boom, your answer shows up. M equals 7, b equals 1. Which one's the slope? The m is the slope. So my slope for this answer is negative 7. My answer here is negative 7, and I'm all done. Number 2, here we go. I want to find the slope. Calculate the slope, find the rate of change. Oh, I automatically think, what do you need? 2 good points. What is a good point? Oh, where it hits the corner. So let's go. Let me find 2 places where this graph hits on the corner. It hits right here at the very beginning, but I don't like being on the axis. I don't want to be on the y or the x line. So that is a good point. I don't want to use it though. That's off. So no. Yes! This guy looks really good. There's one good point. Let me write him down so I don't forget him. That is 7, negative 2. You have to know how to put points. You have to know how to read a graph. That's algebra. That's before this. There's no more good points going this way. No. Let's go back the other way now. No, barely off. No. Almost. Yes, this is a good point. This is negative 7, negative 4. So I type him in. Negative 7, comma, negative 4. There he is. Now I have to do the plus sign to insert a table. And the first point is 7, negative 2. The next point is negative 7, negative 4. I can erase these other points. I don't need them anymore. Now it's time. I've got the bullets there. Now I got to make it happen. Everything's loaded. Let's type in the equation to make this stuff happen. So I go y1 squiggly m x1 plus b. Now that we typed it in, boom, the answers are out. It says my slope is 0.142857. Now, if this is a multiple choice test, all you've got to do is you've got to look at the choices and see which choice equals 0.142857. So here we go. Choice A right here says, choice A says 7. Well, this clearly is not a 7, so it's not choice A. Choice B says 1/7. I don't even know what 1/7 is, but let me type it in. 1/7. I typed it in. All these numbers are matching. There we go. I've matched it, so I like it. I like 1/7. Underneath him, let me put choice C. Choice C says negative 1/7. Well, the numbers do match, but this guy originally is positive. Now he's negative, so it's not him. And then choice D says negative 7. No, it's not negative 7. So I like the 1/7. That's going to be our answer for this one. Next one, let's find the slope, find the rate of change here on this graph. Well, what do you need to find the slope? You have to have 2 good points. So let's get this line. Let's start tracing them, see if we can find a good point. All right, it starts off on a good point, so I like it, but I don't want to be on the y line or the x line, so I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to use this point. You can if you wanted to, but I don't feel confident enough in my skills on the grid to use this point. So no, I don't want it. No. Yes, this guy's a good point. I like him. This is 2, negative 9. So I'm going to type him in, write him down. 2, comma, negative 9. Now I got to find another point. Let's see. No, he's not good. This guy actually looks good. I think he's going to hit here at the corner. Now I could take it, but I don't want to take it just in case it doesn't. So let me go back to the line. Let me go backwards now. No, yes, this guy is good right here. This is -2, -7. So we're going to go -2, comma, -7. All right. Now all we got to do is put these guys into a table. Let's put them, so it's 2, -9, and then -2 with the -7. They are in. I can erase them now. Now the next part is you have to have that formula. y1 squiggly mx1 plus b. Boom, here it is. It says m is -0.5 and b is -8. All right, this is my slope. My slope is the m. So I want my answer that says -0.5. Well, we don't even have that as a choice. Well, choice A says -5. So does this say -5? No, this says -0.5. So it is not choice A. Choice B says 5. Well, no, it's not even a positive. No, it's not 5 either. Choice C says 1/2. I don't know what that even is. Let me put that as a fraction. Oh, it gave me a 0.5, but I don't like it. It needs to be negative. And then choice D says -1/2. Oh, I like it. There's my -0.5. There's my -0.5. I like it. -1/2 is my answer for this one. Let's find the slope rate of change on this guy. All right, well, what do you need to find the slope? 2 good points. So let's trace this graph and see when we find 2 good points. Oh, I normally start off in the middle, but I can't here, so let me start from the top. That looks like it could be a good point, but I don't want to touch it if I don't have to. All right, no, no, no. Yes, this guy is good. What is he? He is 10, 50, so write him down. 10, 50. I like him. Now, let's go to another point. No, no, no. Yes, this guy is good. What is this? This is 20, 10. Let's write him down. 20, 10. Hey, I've got my 2 good points. Now what? Put them into a table. Hit the plus sign, go to the table, write them down. 10, 50, and 20, 10. I can now erase these guys. I don't need them anymore. Now I've got to type in the formula. It's going to be y1 squiggly mx1 plus b. The m is the slope, and the m says -4. So my answer here is -4. Easy peasy. See how fast that is? That's how fast this stuff is. Let's find the slope rate of change for this guy. All right, what do you need? You need to have 2 good points. What are 2 good points? It's a point that happens right at the corner on the line. So let's trace this line and go find it. Yeah, it looks good, but I don't want to mess with it because it's right on the y line. Let's keep going. Oh, there's a good point right here. What is this? This is 10, negative, I don't know, -50. So 10, -50. So 10, -50. All right, let's keep going. Oh, here's another good point. This says 20, -40. So shoot, I'm gonna put that in. 20, -40. Now the next step is, I got my 2 good points. Let's put them into the calculator, into the table. Hit the plus sign, do table. I'm gonna go with 10, -50, 20, -40. I can erase these guys. I don't need them anymore. Now we do the formula y1 squiggly mx1 plus b. Hey, there it is. My slope is 1. My slope here is 1, and I'm all done. Let's find the slope slash rate of change for this guy. All right, well, what do you need? We've got to find 2 good points. So let's see what's up. Here's the line. I got a black line with this x-axis, y-axis. So it must be this blue line right here. So where is this blue line hitting? Where are the good points of him? This is a good point, but it's on the y line. I don't want to touch it. All right, here's a point. 1. All right, we got him. We got him. There's one here, one right there. Let's go. First point is, there's no numbers here. I'm just gonna make sure. I'm gonna assume that they're all 1s here because there are no numbers at all. So this point is 1, -1. So 1, -1. The next point is 2, -1. So 2, -1. I got my points in there. Next part is let's put those guys into a table. So I hit the plus sign, table. Let's do 1, -1. Then we go 2, -1. And now I'm ready. Underneath that, oh, I can erase these guys. I don't need them anymore. Now I go y1 squiggly mx1 plus b. And my m is the slope. My m says 0. So my slope here is 0. By the way, yeah, that is true. Anytime you have a flat line like this, flat line, that means your slope is going to be 0. So you can remember this, but you can always type it in the way that we've done it, and it will never, ever lead you wrong. So do the thing normally, and hey, slope is 0, yeah, it's a flat line. Like I knew that before we even did the problem. But it's okay. As long as you get the answer right on the test, I don't care how you do it. Next one, find the slope slash rate of change of this guy. All right, here we go. It's this blue line right here going up and down. Let's start off here on the X line. Let's go up, I guess. Good point, but we need to have 2 good points, right? So let's see. Good point, good point. All right, I got 2. Let's write them down. First point is 1 and 1, 2, and negative. Oh, sorry. First point is 1, 2, 3. Negative 3 and 1. So negative 3, 1. Next point is negative 3 and 2. So negative 3, comma 2. Now put these guys into a table. I got my 2 points. That's all we need. Load them into the table. Negative 3, 1. Negative 3, 2. Now we do the y1 squiggly m x1 plus b. And we get an m is 0.5. Sorry, negative 0.5. Now if you were to type in negative 0.5. Sorry, if you were to circle negative 0.5 on your test, you'd get this question wrong. You know why you get it wrong? Because the correct answer for this line is undefined. How do you know that? I know that because anytime the line goes up and down like this, up and down is undefined. So if your line goes straight up and down just like this, that's undefined. Up and down, undefined. Up and down is undefined. Up and down is undefined. If your line goes straight up and down just like this, your answer is undefined. Like you could have technically just looked at it and said, oh, this is undefined. It's undefined because it goes up and down. All right? Big difference between the 0 slope and the undefined slope. 0 is flat. Undefined is up and down. That UND from undefined means up and down, literally. All right, so that's what's up. This is how you find the slope whenever from a graph, when they don't give you 2 good points. You have to find the points yourself. And the points are wherever they hit the corner. You put the points, write them down, then you put those points into a table, then you have to produce that formula, that y1 squiggly mx1 plus b. You have to produce that. That's got to come from your heart, and your slope is the m. Now be careful because there will be an undefined slope like this that'll be up and down, but it might give you an answer because it's trying to force something to happen here. So make sure anytime you see a line going up and down that this is undefined. All right? Now that you know this, help your teachers out, help your friends out, help your neighbors, help your cousins, help your sisters and brothers. Help somebody out now that you know this stuff. Because now that you know this, you can be responsible for this. All right? Make sure you're studying. That way you can show yourself approved. That way you can rightly divide this stuff. You know, what's good and what's bad, what's acceptable, what's not. And yeah, just make sure you're ready to go, man. You wanna, whenever you walk into a room, you want someone to say, "Ah, yes, I'm so glad you're here today because I need help. Can you help me with this?" And because you have this knowledge now that someone's gonna need, and you got to share it with them. All right, but you make sure you get it in you first, because you can't share anything with somebody else if you don't have it in you. Make sure you get it in you first. That way you can go and be a symbol of hope to other people, and you can help save their day. You know, be a hero, because we need more heroes. All right, have a great day. See you later.
Tearing down the roof is my vocation. Anybody want the truth, drop your location. Yeah, and we gon' wiggle out and pull up. Demons ain't safe when we glide. Yeah.